Well, hello everyone. It's Deb Naylor from the Flying Stamper, and it is time to go over the July Paper Pumpkin Kit called Sending Good Thoughts. I got my kit last weekend, but I didn't get time to. I had a very busy weekend, and I didn't get time to play with it until yesterday. So if you've gotten your kit, then you know that this is what it includes. It's a card kit. It makes 3 designs, and you're going to have a total of 9 cards if you do it as designed. And then we'll talk about some alternates and some ways to kind of stretch your kit in this video. So let's take a look at what came in the kit this month and what you're going to need. So it's a pretty basic kit. You won't need a lot of tools this time. You need some scissors. I like to use the Stampin' Up! Paper snips, and you'll need a D block. And if you're a new subscriber, then you got the block in your kit this month. And if you've been a subscriber for a while, then you didn't get that, so you'll need to grab it. And hang on to that block if you are a new subscriber, because you will need it for future kits. And then you got a Bermuda Bay ink spot. And just another tip on this, I'd like to share this every month. I like to just use my paper snips and cut the label like that, and then leave the back end on, and that way the lid never separates. Remember, these need to be stored upside down, away from heat, and they don't like to be too cold or too hot. I like to put a little punch of the color on the back side of mine so that I can easily identify them. And then the rest of the supplies are all included. You've got dimensionals, you've got glue dots, you've got all of the ingredients to make the kit or to make the cards, and then we have a really cute stamp set that comes with the kit this month. And let's talk a little bit about this. So there is this nice ship. So I really like this kit because it does have a masculine flair to it, and so it can be used for guy cards, but it's also very summery or beachy, so it can be used for summer birthday cards, congratulations cards, graduation cards, anything that's just kind of a summery theme. So it's pretty versatile kit this month. I like that. So let's look at the cards that you're going to be able to make with the kit. As I mentioned earlier, you're able to get 3 out of 3 cards out of 3 different designs. So here's what one of them looks like. I love this card. This is actually going to be my son-in-law has a birthday in August, so this is perfect. He works on a ship, and just love all the texture on it and the ship and the sentiment. So I'm just going to put sending good thoughts, and then I'll put a happy birthday on the inside. And then here is the Fresh Frieza one. Love all the dimension on this one, the little seahorse and the stars. Cute. And then last but not least, and I made a little variation on this one. The photo shows putting the diploma or the certificate in the middle of the jar or the bottle, and I don't need any graduation cards right now. I need a ton of thinking of you cards, so I just put this in here instead, the water fern, and that way it makes it a little more versatile for me, and it's something I can use right away. Okay, so let's talk about what I did for variations. So this one is made with all things from the kit, so I just mixed it up a little bit. I liked the gray card bases, and I liked it a lot with the Fresh Frieza layer there, so I thought that was cute. And then on the twine, I wanted to show you what I did there. I don't know if you'll be able to see that really well in the video, but I dyed it. So the twine comes in kind of like a craft or a neutral kind of color. And maybe if I hold those up, you can see. So what I did was I cut off a piece. And then I took my Fresh Freesia pad and a blending brush. And there's lots of ways to dye this. If you don't have a blending brush, you can actually just run it through the pad or use a dauber or a sponge. This just is less messy to me. You don't end up with it on your fingers. So I just dyed it and changed the color. And you can make it Bermuda Bay too. I think I have a sample of where I did that too. It takes a little bit of time. And keep your fingers out of it for a minute or two after you do it, because it does take a little bit of time for the ink to dry on the twine. Not very long. So you get the idea there. Just keep coloring it up. And that's how I got it to be Fresh Freesia. So just gave it a little bit different of a look. So let's go back to that card. Now, if you're one of my Paper Pumpkin subscribers, I do have a Facebook page with all of these samples, and those will all be loaded up in the file for July of 2022. So you can refer back to those if you want to copy any of these. Okay, here's my next one, and this one uses some negatives. So let's take a look at our negative sheet. So you have a negative that looks like this, and then there was one with stars on it too. And all I did was go around the outside of the negative, and I trimmed it up. So in this case, I turned this over so that I could just have the white side. So I just trimmed closely to the edge of the negative, and then I used that as a layer back behind here. And then same thing with the stars. You have this negative left over, so I just trimmed around the outside of those. And here is the twine, and I dyed it with the Bermuda Bay spot. And with the spot, what you can do is just lay, because it's pretty easy to control, so you can just lay it out like this, and then just go like that. Now, you will use a lot of ink doing that, so if you don't have a refill for your Bermuda Bay, you might not want to do that. You might want to go back to the blending pen, something that doesn't use, because look how much ink it ends up on my paper. Okay, so that's that one. I just turned it and used a bunch of the negatives on it to make that one. Here's another one. And you're going to see where I had leftovers of this because I was cutting. I was doing all these different things with this stuff. I had a really good time with this kit. And I just put the can't wait to see you. My daughter is actually coming to visit next month, so I'm actually going to mail this to her just to kind of get her excited about our visit. I haven't seen her since Christmas, so I'm excited to see her. And then here's another one. Again, this is all just stuff from the kit, just using it in a different fashion. Okay, and then here's another one using the negative. Let's see. There we go. So that's that negative that is from this piece here. And that was left over, and I just trimmed on the outside and made it a layer. And then I just kind of, when I put the bottle in there, I lifted this up a little bit just to give it a little more dimension and glued it down. Okay, here's another one. And this one, I used the Seaside embossing folder, which is in the annual catalog. I don't know if you can see that very well, the embossing on it. Let's see if I put it on top of here. I don't know if that makes much of a difference. But anyway, this is a gorgeous folder. And so I did add a white card base layer, and then I embossed it. And then here we go again with another one of the negatives. And then this stuff is all from the kit. And on this, the star, I just turned it over and used the back side of it so it would be white, and then I stamped it with the background stamp from the stamp set that we got with the kit this month. Okay, and then here's another one. So there you see the star in the blue, and again, this is the negative. And then this one, I cut one of the layers in half. This is the blue layer. Let me find it so I can show it to you. So this is the blue layer. So I just used my paper trimmer and I cut it in half. And so that's the half, and then I flipped it over on the back side. So it's got an embossed layer there. I used that blue piece somewhere else. Oh, I hope the video didn't blip out. It looked like it might have for a minute. I'm sorry. I'm having some trouble with my internet provider. Yesterday was awful. It was spotty in and out all day. And I'm hoping that we're not going to have that problem today. Okay, so the negative's back there, and then I cut this in half, and then everything else is from the kit. All right, so here's a couple of 3D ideas. So I still have some of these little lavender bags that I used in the video last month, and it's got fresh lavender in it. So I just took one of the dies, and I attached it with some dimensionals, and then you end up with one leftover circle when you finish. They gave you 4 and you only need 3. And so I stamped that. I've given all of these away now. I gave one to my daughter for her birthday. I put it in her birthday gift, and then I gave one to a friend a couple days ago, and I made 4 of them. So this is my last one. And then here's another cute little idea. So when you get done, you have one of these labels left over. And you still have some twine left. So I took the tissue paper that our kits come in, and I cut it down, and what's inside of this little treat is one of these Godiva chocolate domes. And then I just wrapped the tissue paper around it and made it look kind of like a firecracker, and tied that off with the twine, and then I just attached that leftover label, and I had a leftover bird too. So I used my supplies up all of my supplies. I have a few little things left. I have this negative left, and I've kind of been looking at this. I think I can trim it down and use it on a card somehow. So I may post an idea with that later. And then I have this left, and I know I can use this. I don't know about the birds and the seahorses. And I have a couple of labels left. So this is all I have left. So I got 10 cards and then the 2 3D items out of the kit. And again, if you are one of my subscribers, I will post these in the file. You'll also see them on my blog over the next few weeks, flyingstamper.blogspot.com. If you're not currently a subscriber, you can go in there and subscribe. You can also get to my YouTube channel from there, and my Pinterest board for lots of other inspiration. Okay, let's talk about what's going to happen next month. Next month looks pretty amazing. It's going to be sunflower themed. We're going to get a special box, and it is a card kit. There will be 9 cards, 3 designs each, and bonus, we get 2 ink spots instead of 1. And then there's also going to be a free gift from Paper Pumpkin. So this is going to be a good month to subscribe or to continue with Paper Pumpkin because there's some bonuses. In addition, I am going to be doing a drawing for the Perfect Pomegranate stamp set. So there's lots of good reasons to subscribe next month. If you're not currently a subscriber and you don't have a demonstrator, you can go into my blog and find the link there, or you can go to my Stampin' Up! Website and find the link there to subscribe. Or if you need help, just reach out and I'll get you hooked up here. Then the other thing I want to remind you guys about is, and you need to subscribe for August Paper Pumpkin by August 10th. So the other thing I want to bring up right now is that we are in celebrations, and if you are one of my subscribers, then you received this celebrations catalog late last month or early this month, and it's got some really great products that are free with purchase. So if you are a Paper Pumpkin subscriber and you aren't on a prepaid subscription, this is what I would recommend that you do. Go out and purchase at least a 3-month, because then you can choose one of the $50 products that is inside this catalog. And look how cute this is, this little hippo set. This is just adorable. And so you can get that for free with a 3-month subscription. Or you could get the dies, which are very cute. Or if you do a longer subscription, you could get the stamp set and the dies. There's also some great designer series paper. This Ring of Love is absolutely gorgeous paper. And if you watch my Facebook page and my YouTube channel, you'll see that I'll be sharing lots of ideas with these celebrations items as time goes on. The pool party and seafoam card and envelopes are sold out. I've mentioned that a few times in a few different forums, but you can still get the stylish sketches and the beautiful silver and gold designer series paper is still available. And then we have our $100 items, amazing phrases, cute tree lot dies, and this beautiful Wonderful World stamp set and designer series paper. So these items are all free with purchase, and if you do a prepaid during celebrations, then you can choose one of those items. So connect with me if you need some help doing that. I'll be happy to put that order in for you or tell you how to do it. All right, I hope you guys have a great day. It looks like it's going to be a really nice summer day, and thanks for tuning in. I hope I've provided you with some inspiration. If you need any help or you have any questions about anything, feel free to reach out. And here again is my website and my blog. Have a great day. Thanks. Until next month. See ya.